It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dolphins and the Chargers. And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2020. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly because of how far. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Returnable here for Davis. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's 2nd leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
There's the stiff arm.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Finding room at midfield. Big strides, look at him go. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, 72 yards. And the Chargers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it did. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Davis now to return it. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Running on 1st down, Eckler powering forward down to about the 45. Well, such a great week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these 2 QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love, also a first-rounder, getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second-rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, Look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
He is going to find Hill here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tua now on first down. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Eckler now between the tackles. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. That goes for a gain of 31.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now Herbert off the bootleg. He's got McKinney complete to his tight end. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And off to Achane to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tua going to throw. This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. Now Tua. And this one too low.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Law had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Ekeler. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Ekeler. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Eckler. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill's got another one. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. That good for 19 and a first down. So we've reached halftime here on opening. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 80 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That good for 19 and a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and make
touchdown LA! Austin Eckler, 33 yards. And the Chargers have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tua now on first down. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. H.A. now up the middle. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 174 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got this to Williams, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, 30 yards.
And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Miami set to take over. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage.
He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation, because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. He shakes him off. He's got him in. Complete.
He's still on his feet.
Touchdown.
Mike Williams
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter and a big deficit.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
And not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now here come the Dolphins. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A handoff. It's Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Boy, 194 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 35, here's second down and 3. Once more, here's Eckler. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A little short pass. This is Everett. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Herbert. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. On the give, this is Eckler. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a game that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone and the frustration.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win.